entrance into the building. They've put brand new carpeting throughout the reception center. They've modernized the kitchen facility. They've made a bar for those using the reception center. They can have a real modern style bar. The service can help out. Really have gone out, and they're going to occasionally have music. They had music last weekend. I understand they had a packed crowd. This weekend on Friday night, no cover charge. They're going to have a one-man band. Keith Myers, not the Keith Myers with LHC.
No, I don't think
boy, your eyes lit up when I said that.
I think Keith plays a little guitar, but I don't think he plays it professionally.
Not professionally. This is a one-man band, Keith Myers, and I asked Matt LeBlanc, happened to be standing right here with us, discussing some of the matters regarding the programming, and he says, good music. He plays good music. The guy knows what he's doing. And
that's Friday night.
That's this Friday night. And if you are interested in a renting of a reception center, go by and visit. We have several different options now, and this is certainly one. And one good thing about it, there's a lot of ample parking on the ground. You don't have to be parking and walking away and all of that.
If you get a little bit of a rain, there's plenty of good concrete, asphalt, good, solid parking when you're going to worry about anything like that. So you're in good shape. Welcome back, Kiss. Hello.
And talking about that, what about LHC Group?
I can talk about LHC Group. Don't we have a...
We talked about Keith Myers and his wife Ginger, and
I have a
several others, Harold,
and a photo right
Miss
here.
Bim.
Let me show this while we're talking about LHC. Cut to my photos there, Mark. There you are. This is a picture over at Westminster Christian Academy. They had their 3rd annual Soldier Supply Drive, where they collect all kind of items to send to kids, from Tony Sashra seasoning, canned tuna, community coffee, nuts, energy bars, baby wipes, all that kind of good stuff. And the Opelousas Post Office helps them box everything to send overseas. Costs them $13 a box to do it, but LHC gets in the middle of it and helps out. And here in the picture you see Stuart Salling from Westminster Christian Academy, Paula Mills from the Hospice and Palliative Care, Sheila Johnson from St. Landry Extended Care Hospital, and Brandy Fontenot from St. Landry Home Care, and Melissa R. Cleese from Louisiana Family Fitness. All those different LHC groups. The Family Fitness Center right here on Heather Drive, where we talk about the home care. We talk about where you can get your nursing and your equipment for your home. We talk about the Extended Care Hospital and the hospitals. We talk about the Hospice and Palliative Care with Miss Paula Mills. Go by and help out with LHC.
One other thing of interest.
Oh, yes.
And you missed out on. I'm going to take over now. LHC Group, to remain independent. They have gone through an independent audit, I guess you could call it, of sorts, and wanted to make sure that they were heading in the right direction. For companies,
for their stockholders, to make sure, should we sell, should we continue to grow?
That's correct. And the end result is that, and I think it's great for our community, and I think ultimately it's better for our stockholders. LHC Group has made a statement that they are going to remain independent, and I'll give them a big star of approval for that, because they're so good to all the communities that they operate in, and they're not independent in their operations. They only stay using the word independent, that they're not going to be bought out by some other organization. That always tells you not much is going to happen, not much is going to change.
The same friends are going to be there.
But it turns it upside down.
That's what you want.
Thanks to the
people here.
LHC Group for making that move.
The Band Bash benefits coming up to help the Briley family. You know, I've been talking about little Megan Briley, one of the triplets, daughter of David and Angie Briley, having a lot of medical issues. She's over at St. Jude's Hospital in Memphis. I talked to Principal Perry Fontenot, Coach Bram, and Father Brady all went together to Memphis last week to go visit with her, to try to get her spirits up and keep her pumped up over there. But they're having a big band benefit Saturday, June 23rd, over at Opelousas Catholic School. They're going to start at 10 a.m. with a cook-off, auction, live music. You're going to have Taylor Verrett playing, Hadley Castile and Sarah Jade, One Trick Pony, Dollar Short, and everybody. You can go buy tickets in advance at Opelousas General Health System. Call 692-2003 or 592-0700. Please.
And talking about LHC and health problems caused 2 legislators to miss votes on key issues during the final days of the legislative session. And of course, this is House Speaker Chuck Keckley, who we know well because he was formerly the chairman of the Insurance Committee. Well, on a happier note, he states,
Yeah.
Extended best wishes to State Representative Ladrika Theory. Opelousas, Louisiana, is expecting a baby this fall.
Go.
Good morning, Miss
Congratulations,
Ladrika.
Ladrika.
Oh, boy. And I tell you what, she won't miss a step, though. That little lady is really on top of it and is getting a lot of accolades locally and across the state.
She's from North St. Leonard Parish. What you expect?
Exactly. And I knew her daddy. I know her daddy very well. And so she didn't fall from the tree.
There you go. Dr. Carrie Thibodeau, if you're looking to get a surgery done, if you're looking to go and get something on varicose veins or something with wound treatment, Dr. Carrie Thibodeau can help you. He's board certified, a wound care expert, and a vascular surgeon over at the Opelousas General Health System, been in business for more than 20 years over here. You see him a lot in all the different events, helping out a lot of charity work, a lot of community events. If you have to have surgery done, remember, you can ask for who your surgeon is. Ask for Dr. Carrie Thibodeau.
About a couple of Sundays ago, I was reading the papers like I do thoroughly when I have the time, and I noticed a familiar looking picture, and I said, wait a while here, that's my buddy. And of course I'm speaking of Chef Ernest Prejean from Prejean's restaurant in Carencro, Louisiana. He just got married. Congratulations to you and Adrian, your new wife.
Our good friend who helps us every year with the cerebral palsy breakfast with Santa Claus.
Exactly. And another person who is getting married, announcing his engagement. He'll be married this Saturday, June the 16th. I'm speaking of Garland Roberts. Mr. Roberts, who keeps Opelousas General Health System clean. I mean, to tell you, he's been there for years, does an outstanding job.
He's in good shape.
And
Still around.
I think you were kind of correct. I think he's kind of got him
like
a young one
lady.
here. Yeah,
like a
young lady. But look, he looks pretty spry right here himself.
I think so.
But he's not quite as old as me, but it ain't very far. But keep the smile going, and young lady, you found a good man.
We've got another sponsor. Let's go with El Pico de Gallo Mexican Restaurant and Cantina. You know where that's at. It's over at the Quarters Casino and Travel Plaza, just north of Opelousas, off of I-49, exit 23. Go by right there in the Quarters Casino, have a little bit of fun and gaming, and go to El Pico de Gallo and have good, authentic Mexican cuisine. Tell owner Pat Willis we said hi. They got the great Chevron fuels from the diesel to the gasoline. Plenty of room to park. If you got an 18-wheeler, if you got a nice car, the 18-wheeler's got plenty of room around the back side. The car's got plenty of room around the front side. They got crispy, crunchy chicken if you're going to pick things up 24/7 to get on that road and get your stuff. Nice, good and clean and well-lit convenience store there as well. Go by.
Yeah, that's where I'll be heading. I'm a tank up. I need a little fuel, so it'll be a good,
easy place.
Good place to check and make sure my connection's all good. We're pulling a little car, you know.
I was going to tell you get sunflower seeds, but I know you're not supposed to have that with your diverticulitis, but you can buy some bags of sunflower seeds for ramp to chew on at the ball game. That's what you have at the ball game.
Mike Hanston, who writes for the Gannett newspapers, and one of them is, of course, the Daily World and the Daily Advertiser in Lafayette. And he says some of the following noteworthy tidbits found in a stack of notebooks. And one of them is, are you telling the truth? I notice your shoe is untied. I heard that's an indication of whether someone is truthful. Senator Francis Thompson, from Delhi, to Senator Eric LaFleur, who was handling legislation that would allow parole officers to utilize a truth detector that uses voice analysis. You know, the parole officers, and of course the auditors that got killed was a year ago with the insurance department right there in Ville Platte. So Eric is from the Ville Platte, from Ville Platte, and of course he's concerned about these people in their job facilities. And he says Eric's answer is, thank goodness they don't use this on us. But then he goes on to further. He says, when I was growing up, Senator Gerald Long replies, when I was growing up, my mother could always tell, and that was the way before the machines came about. And
Mama knows if you tell
Eric
the truth.
LaFleur's answer was, maybe she should be a parole officer. So anyhow, they have fun and they get the business done, and sometimes we like what they're doing, sometimes we don't, but we elected them, and we're sending them there, and we can keep them home if we choose to.
How about some photos before we go to break?
Oh,
knock some of these
good.
out?
Yes, sir.
We got our young lady at the Palace Cafe in downtown Opelousas. And do we have her name?
And I don't have a name, but
young blonde lady.
Young blonde lady, and she's eating a great-looking cheesecake.
Right, I see that.
You see that cheesecake
and she got an
right
iPad.
there. And she's got an iPad, and I got her to talk about the iPad. I didn't realize you could take pictures with the iPad. I thought it was just receive pictures.
It's time for you to upgrade.
Okay, all right. Anyhow, she was at the Palace Cafe. She was tending her own business till I got up and disturbed her, I
got
guess.
in the middle of it, yeah.
But then we got to talking, and she was calling on Dr. Van Christian. And Dr. Van Christian and his wife Karen were going to all be going out to dinner after they took care of business. She sells optical equipment, sunglasses, and I think she sells the
frames.
No. The
contacts.
Contacts is that's her specialty, if I'm not mistaken. Anyhow, she has a 4-year-old child. Good morning. She lives out of state, maybe from Texas, but she's in Nevada someplace.
There you go.
Anyhow, very nice little lady, and I might add, very attractive.
There you go. How about this picture over at the horse racing
that's
track?
Mr. Francis Mistrick.
At Evangeline Downs.
We had a good conversation. His daddy was Mr. Black Mistrick, a good carpenter. And of course, Francis did some. He does know Ramp Spire real well. Well, everybody that I mentioned, Glenn Mistrick is a cousin of his. Glenn, of course, from Opelousas here, lives out on Highway 31. And he says Glenn doesn't have any racehorses right now. You need to get back into business, Glenn. You've always had a racehorse.
And speaking of racehorses,
we got a racehorse right here.
Marion Harmon. Good morning. June 20th is his birthday?
June 20th. He'll be 93 years young.
93.
Look at him.
Good morning, Mr.
Comment ça
Marion.
dit ça en français? Il est tout à pic. He's upstanding straight. That's a
me
big word, à pic.
He told me one day, he said, my daddy was a real pistol. He says, I guess that makes me a son of a gun. He's a character.
Lord. And inside, a few minutes later, I met Carl, my horse trainer, and his young son, Kyle. And I got another view of him.
Port Barry High baseball
they had
t-shirt?
just gone to Lake Arthur and got rained out. So he still had his uniform clothes on. And my boy Quentin and the young man I think it was his first night. I wrote all of it down. I lost the names. I apologize. But I did give him a good little talking to. I said, your job here is all about tips. And how do you get tips? By being nice and polite and excellent service. He said, yes, sir.
Speaking of excellent service, we got to go to commercial break for 3 minutes. TV and radio. Folks, we're going to see you all on the other side of 3 with more photos and funny stories.